Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto Atlas. We just hit 4 o'clock right now at $46,150 or so. And we're taking a look to see how the day is going to react to this. Just to show you guys a little bit of a point of view right here. We do have a red day candle closure as of yesterday, but it was very, very minimal. And now this is going to be for a Sunday candle. If you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button as well. Let's try and get this video to at least 100 likes. Also click the bell icon so you know whenever we have a new video. And in today's video, I will be discussing Bitcoin, Ethereum, Orchid, as well as Algorand. All right, so it is starting off on a bloody day. Normally what we've been seeing every day is the price actually rising up for a bit here, and then it starts to reverse and go the opposite direction and then have a further drop down. And we've been seeing a decline now for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days out of 6 days. And one of the days that was green was just kind of median zoned out, but we got 1, 2, 3 days of closure below the 21 EMA, actually suggesting that we are in a bear market. This is a strong indicator that we're in a bear market now, and suggesting that we should have a further continuation on. So it is bleeding red right now, as we can see on the charts. As of the time of me recording this video, I'm hoping that this doesn't have to play out the way that it's supposed to. You know what I mean? Like, you can technically go another direction. It's just the probabilities are suggesting more likely than not that this is going to have a further drop down. And it is what it is, guys, but we got to try and react to it most appropriately. Golden rule of investing: never invest more than what you're willing to lose. And guys, I'm not a financial advisor, so please don't ask me what you should or should not invest in. Take everything I say with a grain of salt. Always do more research, all that good stuff. Okay, so now it's starting to rally back up a little bit here. We don't have a lot going on as far as like news stuff, so we'll be mostly taking a look at the charts, and it's going to be a pretty short video. I guess real quick on the side, I can just say that I'm also looking to do things with stock stuff now. So if you guys want to check out those other videos, you guys can. And I've got links in the description for, Webull, Robinhood, Coinbase, if you guys haven't done anything with them, and also for BlockFi. So each of these have like a referral reward bonus thing. So if you guys want to check it out, you guys are more than welcome to. Also, I'm on Twitter at AtlasOfficialTV. My name is in the bottom left-hand side there if you guys want to check me out there too. Now, over on Twitter, what's going on with them? So documenting Bitcoin, he said, for the first time, there's now more anonymous Bitcoin nodes in the world than public ones in the United States. That's pretty trippy. Just take a look at this. Number 1, not available, 2008. And then you got United States number 2 at 1,929. So, wonder what's going on here. And then Max Kaiser, big Bitcoin bull proponent. He said hash keeps hitting new all-time high. It's a leading indicator. Based on the current number, $77,000. Short term is a lock. What do you guys think? I mean, I would love for it to hit $77,000, mainly because of I know it sounds silly, because me and my roommate, we did a little bet like a year ago. And so the bet was that Bitcoin hit $75,000 before the end of May. And, we've gotten pretty close to it so far. We still have some time, but will I win? I don't know. I just hope so. Ironically, he finally got into Bitcoin, I guess because I wouldn't shut up about it every single day that I've lived here. And this I thought was interesting. Says the boss of Britain's cash network thinks central banks will launch a rival to Bitcoin. I mean, everyone just keeps saying that they don't think that the banks are going to agree with it. They don't think that the government's going to agree with it. And then you got members of, like the Senate who support Bitcoin. You got mayors that support Bitcoin. You've got JP Morgan saying that they support Bitcoin. You got Visa saying that they support Bitcoin, right? The rumors going around about stuff with MasterCard. I think that may have been discredited recently. But, we got a lot of things working in our favor. And it's so funny how they tend to gravitate these titles of these articles. Rest in peace to all the hours of sleep I've lost checking the Bitcoin price, right? So speaking of one of the naysayers, here is one of them right here. Look at this guy. He looks like a villain from like a Marvel X-Men series, doesn't he? Professor Xavier, seems we meet again. Harvard professor of economics and former chief economist at the International Monetary Fund, or IMF, Kenneth Rogoff, right? So he said this: Zero interest rates can produce a lot of funny asset valuations. So that is certainly part of it. He responded to a question about the rise in popularity of Bitcoin and its recent bull run. Clearly, there are a lot of wealthy people and well-known financiers, often very senior, who publicly said they are investing in it, Bitcoin, and that has given confidence. Nonetheless, the professor of economics cautioned, but I have to say, regulation is in its early innings. If there is no final use case for Bitcoins, and I don't think it's going to be, then ultimately this bubble will pop, but it could take a decade. The real issue is that for the moment, it is not really used for a lot of meaningful transactions, except in war-torn states where I think people use it to get money in and out. That's certainly a good use, Rogoff opined. As it really starts to compete with ordinary fiat currencies, government currencies, I think they'll clamp down on it like a ton of bricks. They're not going to allow that to happen. Right now it is an asset class, and I suppose in the way modern art is, but it doesn't necessarily mean that it is in the mainstream. I think that is extremely misleading. Central bankers will never allow that. I think he should just kind of, mind his own business and let the bankers make the decisions for themselves, which, as I was just kind of stating, it already sounds like they're starting to do that. So this is going to be the face of another guy that was disproven, and he's going to be like, well, I was still right because it hasn't finished popping yet. I don't know why I'm giving him an accent like that. All right, let's go take a look at the charts, what's going on over here, right? Now, if we go take a look at this chart right here, you guys can see that it's had a little bit of a dip down, some recovery going on just slightly, but otherwise things are pretty quiet. Yesterday, the amount of volume for Bitcoin was extremely low. You guys can see it right down here. The RSI is actually now below the median zone, suggesting that we're working towards the direction of being oversold, which is quite interesting, right? We are in a bull market overall, ever since we had the halving event in May of last year. Keep in mind the supply rate has shifted, and then we also have a lot more of institutional investors that are coming in and accumulating, buying Bitcoin, right? So there are factors that are looking really good with this. Now we're starting to see a little bit of a push up once again on this. Excuse me, I don't know what's going on. I got like a weird hiccup or something. Maybe it's my posture. And so with where we're at right now, we're looking at $46,000, okay? Let's talk about the pros. If the pros go up, then we're going to be looking at a level of resistance first off at about $47,000. Then on the 21 EMA, that's going to be at $47,540 if we can manage to break above that. We see some resistance taking place right here at $48,388. We got another level above that that's going to be at $49,000. Then, of course, $50,000 is psychological. We're seeing even potentially some resistance taking place right about here. That's at $50,800. And then we got another one at $52,630. And then, of course, we've got $57,600 and the all-time high at $58,363. I said a lot of them. Well, that's all the things that we need to break above at this point in order to be able to get back to the all-time high price discovery zone. So with where it is right now, guys, there's a lot of indicators suggesting that we go up here, it's going to fight back. We go up here, it's going to fight back. Unless we just smash through all of these, it's going to be a layered game. And question is, how long is that going to take to continue to push up, right? So if this decides it wants to go down, then we are looking at a couple different things. First off, we have a significant drop zone looking like right about here at the Fibonacci sequence zone. That's at $40,700. Of course, we have $40,000 as another major level of support just below that. And if it manages to go even further down, then we're looking at $38,568, right? So we've got a pretty big plunge that could potentially still end up happening here. As of already, let's go ahead and take a look and see what kind of a price drop we've had take into account here, right? So from the all-time high, let's go ahead and go from there, the all-time high to the all-time low of this range period, and that's kind of a weird way to phrase that, we got that at a minus 24.5% drop. Right? Now, we've seen 40% drops. We've even seen more than that. Given the position in which Bitcoin is at currently, having a more wide range of adoption and such, I don't see like an 80% correction occurring. But let's just say hypothetically, we even had a 60%. So a 60% correction would put us underneath our Fibonacci sequence that we have set up here. And that would drop us all the way down to $23,000. More than half of where we're currently at the moment, right? So that'd be like a 60, that's actually a little bit too high there. Let's go pull this back up. Yeah, right about there is good. $23,378. That'd be a 60% drop from the all-time high. Let me know what you guys think, if you think that that is still possible. Of course, we're going to have levels of support going on here. Something that could cause this to happen would be more regulations, the strengthening of the US dollar, more issues with these bond things, potentially more delays on the stimulus checks, unemployment changes, all those kinds of things could end up potentially having an effect on this. The stock market could keep crashing. You know what they say, that you buy the dip, you sell the rip, right? So if things continue to buy down, you could dollar cost average. That's one option that you guys have. If you can't invest in anything, then of course, don't invest anything. But we're just looking at what levels things could end up playing out. I'm hoping that it continues to rise up. I just want it to keep going, man. Keep going, keep going, keep going. I got my stuff. I got some of you guys. You want to try and get more, but that's just my point of view on this. And now let's go take a look at what's going on with Ethereum. So Ethereum had a green day yesterday, but now once again in the red, still sub $1,500. And yesterday's candle closure was at about $1,461. At one point, it did break above $1,500, but then it retraced back down. So on the way up, if it decides it wants to push that way, then we got resistance first off at $1,500 psychologically, right? And then at the 21 EMA, we got 1,636, at like $1,637. If we can manage to break above that, then we have one at $1,700, another one at $1,750, and then breaking above that at the 2K mark, that would be absolutely amazing. There's a slight bit of resistance just below that at 1978. And then the all-time high right around the $2,041 range, right? Now, if this decides it wants to pull back down, we got the 21 EMA. We got $1,427 as a level of support. Down below that, we have $1,411. The next level below that is going to be at $1,381. And then a further continuation down would be $1,287. Even that in itself would still be a pretty comparable candle to what we've been seeing. So I would say there's even a slight chance we could see a drop down to 1,230 on a daily candle if this decides it really wants to just, plummet. So volume's actually been kind of quieting down. I think a lot of this momentum that's been going on has been mainly by like a select group, and everyone else, I have a feeling, is still holding. We still believe in this, guys. I mean, these big drops, there's not high volume, right? So it's not everyone's jumping in on this. There's just a small group of people that's doing it. And then the other people are like, I'm hanging back, man. I'm waiting to see what's going on. All right, let's go ahead and hit save on that one. And then let's go ahead over to Orchid. And we'll end with Algorand. Once again, if you guys are new, don't forget to subscribe. Please don't forget to hit the thumbs up like button. But most importantly, make sure you click the bell icon so you know whenever we have a new video. And now looking at Orchid. Orchid did close out in the green yesterday. However, it is now in the red, just like what we're seeing with the other movements going on. Sub 47 cents here. And if it decides it wants to go up, we're going to have resistance at 48 cents on the Fibonacci sequence. Further continuation up at a little over 51 cents or 0.5144. That's the 21 EMA right there for you. And then we got the next Fibonacci at 58 cents. And then another major level up above that is going to be at 68 cents. These are key levels that we have to try and break through in order to be able to continue on this momentum. And if it decides it wants to go down, which it is more likely than not to, because of the fact that we're under the 21 EMA, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days of closure below the 21 EMA, which is not good. We could see a level of support being formed right about here at 44 cents or so, and then a further drop down below that would enter us into the red zone, which would not be good. That's no bueno. And that would be at, we got 35 cents, 0.3556. So that's an 11 cent drop from where we're currently at. That's also no bueno. And then 33 cents below that. The volume, same thing. Volume's really quieted down quite a bit here. And we're just waiting to see where that volume's going to kick up next and what direction it's going to go. So hopefully it's on the upside. Right now, the technical radar for this is in neutral. So not much really going on there. The RSI is also in a median zone. If anything, it's slightly below it. So we got room to start pushing once again, guys. I think this cooldown time has been playing out just enough to where it's like, all right, let's get going. We have these big little drops. Let's keep the rally going. If we can keep this going and hit 75K, break above that 100K is going to be a nice little objective goal. A lot of people are going to be reaching for that. A lot of people are going to say, hey, it's probably a good idea if I get some Bitcoin before it hits. All right, and then last thing we're going to be taking a look at is going to be Algorand. Let me just double check. And yeah, we're going to take a look at what's going on with the Algorand. And Algorand not only had a green day yesterday, but it also is in the green as of the moment right now. And take a look at this, guys. It is getting ready to, and it's testing it right now as I'm talking, the 21 EMA. Look at that key indicator right there. If it can manage to keep going above this, it's got some room to grow, baby. It's got some room to grow. And yesterday it actually hit $1.20 roughly. There was a little bit of resistance there at $1.19 actually. So I'd be looking at that as a next major level that it needs to try and push itself over. The volume itself also wasn't very much as of yesterday. So same thing, even though the price went mostly in one direction, there wasn't much opposition with this. A little bit of concern for that. Would like to see if the push and price went up so high that there was higher level of volume so that there was already some selling pressure. This suggests that there's still potentially some more selling pressure to come. So the fact that we're trying to fight against this 21 EMA right now is a little bit of a call for concern, but it's nothing that's too bad. That 21 EMA is actually lined up very well if you take a look here with the Fibonacci sequence zone, right? So if it manages to get above that, then I would realistically be looking at us pushing up to the range of, or we got some associations going on here. Not really seeing too much there. So I would say the next major zone is at $1.64. Almost $1.65, right? That's quite a bit of range for us to be able to try and push through here. And there's a lot of noise going through these points. We got a little bit actually at this lower point. I would say right around $1.20, we might see some first opposition right there. Now, if this decides that it wants to go down, we do have the first Fibonacci sequence. That's going to be at 77 cents right off of here. Further drop down below that, we then have at 67 cents. 67 cents looks like the strongest substantiated level of support, as we also have it very near the Fibonacci sequence. So there's 2 points of references that are very, very close with this. A little bit of a pullback off of this all-time high that we had. Sorry, not this all-time high. What is going on with my phone? I thought I had all this stuff off. I do apologize about that, guys. Okay, that should be done with that now. But we're basically done with this video anyways. The technical radar, you guys can't see it behind me. It's suggesting this as a buy, and the RSI is coming up just a little bit here on the daily side. So things are overall looking pretty darn good. Looking over on the Bitcoin side, you can see Bitcoin is starting to rally up once again here, making a little bit of a push towards $46,500 as of the time of me recording this video. And yeah, let me know what altcoins that you guys are really pushing for. If you guys have been accumulating, what you think is going to end up popping well next. Right now, things are looking pretty good for Algorand. I mean, we got a lot of days. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, 6 days in a row of closure below the 21 EMA. The RSI is flatlined out. The volume's not really too much there. And it looks like Bitcoin's starting to rally. And this just now passed the 21 EMA. So this is looking good. This is looking like it's got a nice little run that it still could actually try and push. I just think that we're going to see some major resistance first off at $1.19. And then we'll see how it manages to push up past that. So that's going to do it for this video. If you guys are new to the channel, once again, do not forget to hit subscribe, hit the thumbs up like button. Let's try and get this video to at least 100 likes. Click the bell icon so you know whenever we have a new video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. You guys are awesome. Thank you so much for being a part of this community, everybody, and I will see you in the next episode. Got some fun things coming soon, by the way.